Mariana Trench Megalodon Encounter. In 2018, a team of marine biologists descended into the Mariana Trench, the deepest point on Earth, just using a state-of-the-art submersible. Their mission was to map uncharted sections of the trench, over 36,000 feet below the surface, where pressures exceed 1,000 atmospheres. The team, led by Dr. Elena Martinez, included seasoned explorers with years of deep-sea experience. Equipped with high-definition cameras and sonar, they felt prepared for anything. As they navigated a narrow canyon, their sonar pinged something massive, over 60 feet long, moving fast. At first, they thought it was a glitch. Then, through the submersible's reinforced glass, they saw it. A colossal, shadowy shape with a gaping jaw lined with serrated teeth. It was a living megalodon, a species thought extinct for 2.6 million years. The creature circled the submersible, its eye glinting into the camera's light. The team froze, hearts pounding, as the beast nudged the vessel, rocking it violently. The hull creaked under the pressure, and for a moment, they feared it would crack. Martinez kept the cameras rolling, capturing footage that would later stun the scientific community. The megalodon vanished into the abyss as quickly as it appeared, leaving the team shaken but alive. The footage sparked heated debates. Some called it a hoax, but the submersible's scratches and the team's experience suggest otherwise. Mid-Atlantic Ridge fire vents. In 2022, a geology team studied the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, 10,000 feet down, to map volcanic activity. Dr. Mateo Silva led the group, using a heat-resistant submersible. As they neared a vent field, they saw jets of flame, actual fire, erupting from the sea floor. Fire shouldn't exist underwater, yet there it was, burning bright in the icy depths. The team was awestruck, but the submersible's sensors screamed warnings as temperatures spiked. Silva tried to collect samples, but a fiery jet hit the submersible, scorching its arm and knocking out power. The crew scrambled to restart systems as the submersible sank toward the vents. In a desperate move, they jettisoned weight and surfaced, barely escaping. The footage revealed the flames came from a chemical reaction in superheated vents, a phenomenon never seen before. Scientists were floored. This could redefine volcanic studies. Arctic Ocean frozen city. In 2024, a polar research team drilled into the Arctic Ocean seafloor, 12,000 feet down, to study climate change. Dr. Ivan Petrov led the effort, using a remote probe. At the seabed, the probe uncovered massive stone structures, towers, walls, and arches buried in ice. It looked like a sunken city, carved with strange symbols. Petrov's team was stunned. No civilization should exist there. As the probe scanned, the ice cracked, and a current dragged it into a crevice. The feed showed glowing orbs floating among the ruins before cutting out. Petrov's team fought to retrieve the probe, but the ice collapsed, trapping it. They recovered fragments of the probe's data, showing structures predating known human history. Experts debated if it was a natural formation or an ancient city, possibly from a lost culture. The Arctic's harsh conditions and shifting ice make exploration nearly impossible, leaving the frozen city a chilling mystery that could rewrite history. Bermuda Triangle ghost ship. In 2005, a deep-sea salvage team scoured the Atlantic Ocean near the Bermuda Triangle, hunting for wrecks from World War II. At 15,000 feet, their sonar detected an anomaly, a perfectly preserved ship, upright on the seafloor. It was the SS Cyclops, a U.S. Navy ship that vanished in 1918 with 306 crew members. The team, led by Captain Maria Lopez, deployed a remotely operated vehicle to investigate. The ship's hull was eerily intact, with no signs of rust or decay, as if it had sunk yesterday. The ROV's cameras captured open hatches, scattered personal items, and, most chillingly, human skeletons frozen in place. As the ROV explored, its tether snagged on a jagged piece of the wreck, yanking it into a crevice. The team scrambled to free it, but the ship seemed to react, with hatches slamming shut on their own. Lopez's team barely retrieved the ROV before losing contact. The footage baffled experts. How could a ship remain pristine for decades under such conditions? Theories range from magnetic anomalies to unknown preservation mechanisms, but the Cyclops remains one of the ocean's greatest enigmas. Pacific Abyss alien signal. In 2012, a joint U.S. and Japanese expedition explored the Clarion-Clipperton Zone, a vast plain 13,000 feet deep in the Pacific. Their goal was to study mineral nodules, but during a routine sonar sweep, they picked up a rhythmic, high-frequency signal, unlike any natural sound. Dr. Hiroshi Tanaka, the lead acoustician, thought it was equipment interference, but the signal persisted, growing stronger near a seamount. The team deployed a hydrophone array and recorded what sounded like deliberate pulses, almost like Morse code. As they lowered a submersible, the signal stopped abruptly, and the submersible's instruments went haywire. The pilot, Sarah Kim, reported a faint glow emanating from a crevice below. Before they could investigate, a powerful current, which is unexplained in such depths, pushed the submersible off course, nearly crashing it into the seamount. The team surfaced with only the audio recordings, which defied all known marine biology. Some speculated it was an undiscovered species. Others whispered about extraterrestrial origins. The signal has never been detected again, leaving scientists grappling with its implications. Philippine Trench Bone Forest. In 2019, a Filipino research team was exploring the Philippine Trench, 34,000 feet deep, to study tectonic plates. Dr. Mia Santos led the group, using a submersible with a robotic arm. At the trench's floor, their lights revealed a forest of towering, bone-white structures, hundreds of them, like skeletal trees, stretching into the dark. They weren't coral or rock, they pulsed faintly, as if alive. The team was stunned, but as they reached out with the robotic arm, the structures shuddered, releasing a cloud of spores that coated the submersible. The spores began to eat through the hull, hissing like acid, and the submersible's systems failed. The crew barely escaped as the hull groaned, surfacing with holes burned into the metal. Samples of the spores revealed they were part of a massive, fungal-like organism, a bone forest thriving in the deep. Scientists were rattled. This was a completely new life form, hostile and ancient. The trench's dangers have kept teams away, but the bone forest's existence hints at a dark, thriving ecosystem far below. If you like this video, subscribe this channel for similar contents. See you in the next video.